The last thing I wanted to kind of bring up to you, I thought it was pretty cool. And, before I tell you the whole thing, Joaquin's a funny guy. So, of course, he has to add a spin to it. But I don't know if you saw it or anything, Joaquin Buckley. I asked him about your win and all that. And he was very happy for you, the fact that you kind of won $1 million and all that and became the champion. And he was saying, like, after you guys' fight, he feels like maybe that was like a game changer for you. And he notices that you kind of go for the kill now. And you're more of a killer out there. So, but then he also said, stay away from that boy Francis Ngannou and all that.
It's a blessing for him, but I would have to just say this one thing, I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Impa, it's beautiful that you won that $1 million, but leave that boy Francis Ngannou alone. That was not the call out to make, bruh. That was not the call out to make, because at the end of the day, you want to be able to spend your little check. You hear me? Even when we fought each other for the first time, I just knew that Impa's mindset towards fighting wasn't the same as mine. When I go out there to fight, it is that kill or be killed mentality, because that's where I come from. Anytime that I used to fight in these streets, like, bro, you ain't had no referee to break that shit up in between. And always and at all times, I kept that same mentality in the sport of MMA. Because a lot of these guys that get into MMA, they think about it as an athlete. Obviously, him coming from football, right? You guys are thinking about a competition. You guys are thinking about, rule sets and all this other shit. Like, that shit don't matter, right? When you really change your mentality towards the game, that shit does not matter. The only thing that matters is who's going to be walking out of that cage, right, at the end of the day. And I feel like I was able to kind of put that mentality in Impa, because he always gave me that credit. Like, hey, I really came out to fight, in that first round. Didn't nobody really pressure him ever in his career like that, besides me. But with all that being said, I believe with him standing in his car, it kind of hardened him a little bit in his mentality, in his drive, and how bad he really wanted to become, a world champion. And, if he could have stayed with his girl, or if he could have moved back in with his parents, he could have, but his mentality would not have been, where it is today without that whole struggle.
So I guess the two ways, I guess, what'd you think about him saying how you kind of maybe evolved into a killer after dealing with that tough loss? And then the fact that he's like, stay away from that boy Francis Ngannou.
Yeah. So I look at it like this, like, I respect Buckley, man. I like him a lot. I saw him not that long ago when I was in Vegas. Maybe I'll see him again. Yeah, but that fight definitely helped change my life, helped change who I am. Like, a lot of people, I sometimes read the comments and I laugh. Like, he got sent to the shadow realm, after Buckley knocked me out.
Yeah.
But they don't know who I am when I turn back. That's how I look at it. You don't know what happens when somebody goes through something like that, right?
Right.
And knocked out in front of the whole world. You have a choice. Like, how many fighters, I've had many fighters tell me they would never fight again. And many people said they probably wouldn't want to be in the public eye. I embrace it. So it says something a little bit different about me, or a lot different about me. And I love the moment. To me, it really wasn't a tough loss at all. I was like, okay, that happened. Like, I was training that Monday. I told my dad in the ambulance on the way to the hospital, so I'll be champion one day. My next fight, I'll finish my next fight. I finished shot up the Sasha Palatnikov. Like, I'm built different. I don't bark that. I don't shout that out. But I know who I am, and I'll continue to prove it. I like to let my actions speak for themselves and do their work. Right? I don't need to boast about it. But yeah, I mean, I've always been a killer, right? And that's who I am, and it's what I'm going to continue to be. It helped refine me for sure, and it helped me realize that I can go to a deeper place than I ever thought. And so, like, I like when people say, "Oh, he got sent to the shallow realm." I'm like, yeah, I did, but now you don't know who I came back when I was in that realm. There's a lot you get to learn there. So that's kind of like you get resurrected in a way, and it was a blessing to have that. Like, it helped me make tougher decisions in life. It made me cut off people that I hated in my life. It helped me a lot more outside the cage than it did in it, or as it also did in the cage. And it made me go after it for sure. Like, in different ways. It's an inspiration for sure. That I really respect the way Buckley fights. He comes to fight. So it was cool. Like they say, those you bleed with become your brothers. It's a Shakespeare quote, and it's true. And it's a thing like that. That moment for me was like, okay, something was unlocked in me. Something was unlocked in my soul and my spirit and my mind, and like, I'm gonna take them all out. And though I lost that Carlson Harrison fight, ever since that I've lost 2 fights in my life, and never happening again, and keep claiming these victories. And yeah, the goal is to kill them all, take them all out every single time. Honor God, do my job for sure. In that cage, just take them out.
Right.
Take them out. So that was cool. And yeah, like, I mean, everybody's different. People have different goals. People see Francis as this polarizing figure. People see Francis as this beast of a man. To me, he bleeds red. He's another man, and I'll take him out too. And I think that's for me the benefit of going into the shadow realm, because either you learn, and I've always known even before that, if you're nobody but God, and you move forward. So it's like, if you're God, and that's it. So people think Francis is a scary guy. He's not. He's good. He's very good. But there's nothing about that worries me. Him, John Jones, whoever in there. I just know at the end of the day, I'm a fish with my hands raised. Say it's crazy now. Laugh at me now. I don't care. But when it happens and I do it, I'm not going to say I told you so. I'm going to say, all right, I'll show you how I did. And if you don't want to know, I'm going to keep moving forward.
Yeah. No, I love it. And especially if you get this fight or you get this win on the 24th, it's like double champ. Hard to deny you against Francis. You went down the weight class, go for 3 weight classes. That's crazy.
Coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
Coming soon.
All right, man. We'll all be supporting you. And last thing, are you going to be competing at 205 after this fight, or what's the plan for this year? What weight class for PFL in 2024?
Yes. I was something to go back to 205 and get the title.
Okay.
Again.
Got it. So back in 205, going to be competing for that title this year.
So I'm going to get it.
All right, man. Well, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. And good luck in training. And, I'll be watching on the fight night.
Appreciate you. Thank you. God bless,
All
man.
right, man.
It was good to talk to you.
Bless you, Impa. Have a good one, man. Thank you.